I like it. I like the banner. What is up, everybody? Welcome to another very special episode of the Just Too Sweet Show, episode number 56.
Hey, the LT episode.
That's what I was going to call it, but I didn't want to offend you as an Eagle fan. I didn't want to call it the LT episode.
Listen. Even as an Eagle fan, if you don't like LT, then there's something wrong with you. Sorry. LT was the greatest linebacker of all time.
That's right. At least you acknowledge it.
I acknowledge
My name is Big Daddy Cool, Tim Tabala. With me, as always, is my tag team partner, A to the Z, Eric Zant. What's going on, brother?
Z, right there, Z. Not much. How you doing? How's it going down in the city?
We got a massive thunderstorm moving in right now. It's pretty cool, actually. I'm actually kind of enjoying it, to be honest.
We just had one leave. I was just telling you, and now it's sunny out.
Yeah, I'm sure that's going to happen to us in the next couple minutes.
Yeah,
it'll be nice. It'll be nice out. Are we broadcasting here to the right people?
I hope
make
so.
Sure. Let me check that real quick because
I think we're broadcasting to the world, right? Like,
I don't see it popping up.
I'm pretty sure we have like a zillion fans. So,
see, the fact is we have 0. That's why I'm trying to make sure we're broadcasting to the right place. Oh, we got a comment though coming in. It's Steve.
Oh,
it is the boss. At least we know the boss is watching. Boss man, where are we popping up, boss man? I'm not getting it on my phone. I was going to share it out too.
I would have had to cancel if you had an issue with it. Of course not. If you don't like LT, I know it's a wrestling show, but if you don't like Lawrence Taylor, I mean, I even love his out of the football antics.
I like the fact that he's a lunatic outside.
Yeah, it's awesome. He's just, I don't know. He doesn't pretend, you know. LT just, you don't give a fuck.
Boss man, I don't see nothing on my phone. It's not popping up. So if you're going to share it out, do me a favor, share it out and tag me somewhere because it ain't popping up. I want to make sure I get all the pages down.
If I had my phone, I would look, but my phone is charging at the moment.
Like, I'm not getting nothing on any page. It's really weird. Sorry, everybody. I'm not trying to make technical difficulties here, but I don't like messing around. Well, obviously, Steve's watching this somewhere.
Yeah, Steve found us, so maybe it popped up on his. Maybe it didn't. I'd like to say hello to all our fans in Broad Channel.
Ooh, Broad Channel.
Remember that? That was fun.
Wait, let's see. And then let's do that.
Share it out.
And then let's do that. Right?
Looks good, am I right?
Channel. Oh, no, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. We're not going out with anybody, Eric, though. Boss man, help us out, boss man. I don't know what's going on with this stupid thing.
Let me go check my phone, see if I got a notification.
You know, I didn't get any notifications for your show either, Eric. I don't know. It might be just my phone. Sorry, everybody, if anybody is actually watching this part of the show. There we are. There we are. There we are. There we are.
Mine got it.
Yeah, I just got it now.
Okay. Maybe I just did too.
I'm just going to reshare it, and then we can go back to doing our show instead of sitting here like a bunch of idiots.
Well, you know, somebody in this world has to be an idiot, so it's you're all good and you're live. All shared out. Thank you, boss. Appreciate it. I don't know why I did that because, you know, the power of prayer is obviously thunderstorms and jelly beans.
Boss man, I thank you very much. For some reason, I wouldn't. I told you, Eric, I didn't get your notifications either Sunday. It was really weird. I have to check my phone and find out what the hell's going on. All right, you know what? Screw this mess. Let's get to some important stuff, which is, of course, wrestling. That's the wrestling. And we're going to start with Eric. You've been wanting to talk about the Ultimate Warrior since we started the show.
Yeah.
56 episodes ago. We were going to have our big trial of the Ultimate Warrior type thing. We want, but A&E came out with a biography. Dark Side of the Ring came out with their thing. Let's start with the A&E biography first.
Okay.
This was a far cry from Dark Side of the Ring, a far cry from the Destruction of the Ultimate Warrior that came out a couple years ago. Give me your impressions of the biography on A&E of the Ultimate Warrior first.
I felt that the A&E biography righted some of the wrongs that the WWE did to the Warrior in the self-destruction of the Ultimate Warrior. I felt he was vilified, and not on like we did this, now we're going to do that. I feel like they played it straight, and I feel like it was 80% good. There was some stuff I didn't agree with. But for the most part, I mean, seeing his mother, seeing and hearing about his upbringing, and I guess I like knowing. I don't know if I want to say that or not. Like, I understand he had a hard life growing up. He's the oldest of 5 kids. His dad left. He was insecure. He was 17 years old. He was a tall, skinny, 150-pound weakling, and then he turned into this monster. I mean, that's dedication and work, and obviously he was driven.
And he was real big during that bodybuilding thing. He was ridiculously big.
Did you see how big he was when he was from the bodybuilding to wrestling? Like how fucking big he was? I've never seen.
What are these called back here?
Trapezius. These things.
Dude, that was ridiculous. That was like not even real. It didn't look real. That's how big his was.
Dude, his shoulders. I've never seen anyone with shoulders and arms like that in my life, like together. You know what I mean? There's been people with big arms, this guy just looked like he was literally as big as the back of a compact car. Like yeah. I could not believe. Oh my God, he was huge. And say what you want about the Warrior, say what you want. I hope that people understand now. And he even addressed I know he said in shoot interviews that he was in it for the money and this that, but he really wasn't. If you really look at him, and you got Jim Cornette. Oh, God, that's in the whatever.
We'll get to Dark Side.
We'll get to that. But he really, obviously, he cared about wrestling. He liked wrestling. Okay, he got into it because bodybuilding wasn't paying off. Sting said, "Hey, we're doing this thing. I think we could do good at it." And the Warrior just wanted to do something to exhibit. He obviously wanted to be famous. He wanted to be somebody. This was his chance to do it. So he didn't have the passion and the work ethic the work ethic I had. I don't think he had the passion and the want to be a good mat worker back in the 80s, because that's what everybody wanted. They wanted you to focus on being a good worker and learn your craft as good as you can. Sting kind of went that way. That's the Southern way. Warrior was more, I think, built for the WWF, the big man territory, where you had your enhancement talent and your 3-minute matches and then your big matches at your pay-per-view, which worked. I mean, Vince, it worked. Vince isn't the king of wrestling for no reason.
The cartoon character, the comic book character.
And that's what he's always wanted. He wanted to be larger than life. So to fault him for that, I mean, and I'm just going to say, I'll wrap it up with the biography part. I'll say that, I feel that he got a bit of an apology from everybody in this for what they did, like Hogan, Vince. Obviously they were going through a bad time, and they paid all these guys to be on that DVD to trash him, and that's pretty much been said. You know what I mean? It's like this was just because none of 3/4 of that self-destruction wasn't true. It was just made to make him look bad. And you can't even find that anymore. Do you realize that if you find a copy of that, you can't get it for anything less than $250?
Probably,
that's probably like a shitty one that's been left in your best friend's bathroom that lived in, downtown Atlanta, during the riots and the Olympics, and it got stepped on and used as a coaster. And were there riots in Atlanta? I don't even know. But
probably at some point.
Most likely, but no, I kind of feel like they did a decent portrayal of his character, a decent portrayal of his career.
But now, do you think it was a little too much of a kiss ass type thing? Because, like I said, we had 2 shows, both of Warrior in the same week, and I thought the biography was just a major kiss ass festival, and then Dark Side was, we all hope you die because you're a horrible human being type thing. I was very extremely different, very extremely different. It was so crazy.
It was, and it was a little over the top. Milk it. It was a little over the top.
Especially Vince and Shane. Vince and Shane definitely kissed a lot of ass.
Shane surprised me because I didn't know. Now, we have to take Shane's word because maybe Shane, because we never really heard from Shane throughout the whole trashing the Warrior thing. Shane and he may have been, because you got to remember something, Shane left the WWE too for a long time because of creative differences and not wanting to go in the direction they were. So Shane very well could have been close with him. And we don't, and if he says he was, he was. I'll take his word for it. And it's that kind of things that I wanted to see, like the real. I feel like some more of, not all of the truth, but some more of the truth came out. Now, as you said, do you feel it was a kiss ass? I do feel it kind of went over the top a little bit. I mean, they wanted to do their, hey, thank you for the Ultimate Warrior. They wanted to acknowledge him and basically, like you said, apologize for the self-destruction. I get it. Now, that being said, the Dark Side of the Ring episode.
Oh, man. They really went after him.
They did and they didn't, though, Tim, if you really think about it.
Well, first of all, let me say one thing. Well,
yeah,
Jim Cornette, we know who Jim Cornette is. We know his stance on everything. But his first wife is the biggest bullshitter.
Oh, yeah.
Her fake cry, I was like, dude, she's faking crying on this show right now. That's how bad she was.
I could barely believe a word she was saying, really. Like, I know some of the stuff she was saying, because you can honestly tell when somebody's like making shit up. Like when she was making shit up, you could see her kind of like getting a little like whatever. But when she was being like truthful, she was kind of like solemn and whatever. And then when the tears came on, I'm like, no, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it there, lady.
No, me neither. I didn't buy it either.
Not happening. So I feel like if you take parts of the Dark Side of the Ring and parts of the A&E biography, and if you watch them back to back, you can pick out what's right and what's wrong. I think you got your portrayal of the Ultimate Warrior. I think you finally know who he is, what he's about. I mean, I'm sure he was a dick. And he made that apology video, about being a dick. And it's like, and I'm sure he did shitty things, but who the hell did? Now, here's what I have a gripe about, okay? Jim Cornette. Okay, Jim, this fucking guy, he knows fucking 4 moves. He didn't fucking know how to work. And it's like, wait a minute, Jim Cornette. Okay, Lex Luger was like that, but you defend Lex Luger because, Lex could do a suplex other than a torture rack and a clothesline. Okay. So I've seen the Warrior suplex people. I've seen the Warrior do a top wrist lock on people. I've seen the Warrior put people in arm bars, okay? And it's like, you couldn't fucking work unless Rick Rude was in the ring. And it's like, no. Why would he get booked in World Class where you wrestled? Why would he get booked in a WWF? Because, Vince Vince has tried guys that just stand there and it never worked. Warrior had something. I mean, he had drive. He had passion. He wanted to succeed. He probably knew his limits. He knows he's not Bret Hart. He knows he's fuck you, Cornette. Look at Hogan. They're like, oh, well, Hogan said that he'd rather wrestle in Japan because they do real wrestling and they don't do this bullshit in America. You know what? I'm more inclined to believe the Ultimate Warrior telling me, if I'm holding a can of Coke, I'm more inclined to believe the Ultimate Warrior telling me it's Pepsi than anything that comes out of Hogan's mouth anymore. Because Hogan's a chump. He's the chump Hogan.
We can talk about that too, because Grumpy Breton is back in business also.
Oh, Grumpy Brett's right at it again.
Grumpy Breton, and every week it's like Grumpy Brett and Hogan just keep ruining their reputations.
But they need to stop. But no, the Ultimate Warrior, dude. I feel if you take them both and you watch them both, you're going to find out, like, okay, man, this guy's actually a cool dude. He's a regular dude. You can identify with a lot of stuff about him. You know, and you can kind of see where they're like, okay, whatever they're saying about him here, and they're trying to portray him as here isn't really true. They're just magnifying it, and probably half of that shit never happened. And then you find out on the other one, it's like, okay, so he did this and he did that, and he got caught with roids and he was cheating on his wife. Okay, that's fucked up, man. You shouldn't do that, But like, he's no more or less guilty than any other worker from the late '80s to early '90s, because Ted DiBiase admitted to it. Hogan admitted to it. Brett admitted to it. All these fucking guys that are supposed to be the greatest workers of all time, they're holding that against him because they have nothing else to hold against him. Because if you ask any wrestler that was at SummerSlam when he won the Intercontinental title, nobody has ever heard an ovation that loud in their life. Even the people at the Garden, the attendants. I've read stories about people that worked at the Garden. They said they thought the Garden was going to fall in because of all the shaking and the noise. It's never sounded like that, ever. Not even when the Rangers won their lucky as fuck Stanley Cup.
Whoa. No. Let's not go there. Let's not go there. Let's not go there.
No, actually, I'm a Messier fan. I'm kind of glad they won that.
Let's not say luck.
They deserved it. Brian Leach, Richter, Messier. They had a great team that year. They did. I'll give you that.
Let me just say though, my favorite parts.
What would you like about it? What did you like about it?
I liked them both, but again, Eric, I'm gonna lean towards. Well, not lean towards the dark side. I thought that was really a hatchet job, but I am more on a Jim Cornette side than I'm not to that extreme though. I lean more towards I really don't think he's anything really to write home about. But my favorite part was the Jake the Snake part, and how he cost Jake the Snake all this money, and how Jake wanted to kill him, and then at the Hall of Fame, Jake was looking to knock him out. He was waiting for him in the wings, like ready to knock him out, and then Warrior tapped him on the shoulder and was like, "Dude, I know I'm an asshole. I was an asshole back then. Please don't hit me now. I'm just cool." And Jake was like, "Shit, now I can't hit him." Because he apologized, basically. So that was probably my favorite part of the whole thing. That
was cool.
And the fact that he got fired mid-match is absolutely ridiculous. They talked about that on both shows. He did the spot with the chair. He came chasing him into the back. And as soon as he kept the curtain, Vince said, "Read that. You're fired." Fired him mid-match. That is absolutely hilarious. I was like, holy shit, did he really? I never knew that. I never knew you fired him right in the middle of a match.
Oh, yeah.
That was crazy.
What did he hold him up for? $250,000?
He said, if you don't pay me the way you pay Hogan or respect me the way you respect Hogan, then I'm not going to show up. So he managed, he lied to him and said, yeah, I'll pay that. Just show up. So when he showed up, I said that the spot was he's going to chase whoever it was in the back. I forget who it was. Chased him in the back. As soon as he hit the back, Vince said, "You're fucking fired. Don't ever try to hold me up for money again. Get the hell out." I was like, wow, that's so ballsy. Yeah. That is so ballsy to fire someone in the middle of a match.
Now, I understand that because I think the Warrior got a little too inside his head.
He did. He admits he did. Everyone admits he did.
Everyone admits he did. And I buy that. But I don't, like I said, I don't buy. Like Jim Cornette, I love Jim Cornette, and I love his assessments, and I love how his take on things. But like Jim is just a little too biased in this situation because, like I said, Lex Luger. How many times? The Road Warriors. How many times did you see them fucking do things that like Steve Regal does? You didn't. Okay, they were big steroid muscular guys that got over in the 80s and 90s. That's what you did. It's unfair to me to pinpoint the Ultimate Warrior for not being the worker because A, he drew more money than 99% of the guys that are talking about him. If that's the name of the game, then they have that holding against him. He drew more money than Jim Cornette. He drew as much money at a certain point, not altogether, as Hogan did. He drew as much money as probably Austin did because they said Austin did merchandise more than them but didn't draw as big as them. Okay? So, and Kevin Nash never fucking drew a dime into WWF, but times were low back then. He drew in fucking WCW big time. But you can't, to me, like I said, I'm pro Warrior, but I will play devil's advocate because, like I said, if you're going to be honest about it, be honest about it. If you're just doing it out of spite, like Cornette and Hogan and all them, then no. Why waste your breath? Because all you're doing to me, Hogan, I'm talking to you, is you're just pulling yourself way back, still in that hole, and I'm not into it. And
Bret Hart hates Hulk Hogan.
I don't think many people like Hulk anymore, man. I don't.
No, I think you know what it is too. It's like you said, we always talk about it. But a lot of these guys, though, I don't know if it's all the shots to the head. A lot of their stories change. May not change majorly. They change little bit pieces here and there. Like we still don't know whose idea the screw job was.
No,
because you keep hearing five different stories.
Yeah,
Triple H's idea, Vince's idea, Shawn's idea, Cornette's idea, Vince Russo's idea,
Pritchard's idea. It's like who?
So I bet things change every now and then. It's a little crazy.
You know whose idea it was? It was Vince's idea. He said yes, and he said do it. Yeah, he said yes, and that's what we're doing. But no, yeah, I don't know.
What about after WWE? His very strong. How do we put it?
Opinions.
Conservative hardcore opinion. When he was at that's the college guest. And how did he? I forget how he said it. When he insulted the gay people, but he used the term like if you not go gay. It was like if you do the gay or be the gay or acting like he did it like to where he said it to where like it's something you do, not something you are. And I was like, whoa, how did he get away with that? And those people went crazy on him.
Oh, they started to crucify him, and he was like dumbfounded. Like I think he really thought that was going to go over, but
it was crazy.
I don't know why.
When I heard him say the exact term, I was like, and then nothing really gets to me, offends me. I don't care. But it's the way. What is it? If you go the homosexual or you do the homo stuff, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah,
how did he even get out of there alive? That place.
You're in one of the most like liberal places in the States is Connecticut. In Connecticut, University of Connecticut, UConn, is that where it was?
I think it was UConn, something like that.
So I mean, you're talking like they're major blue area anyway. Connecticut is very liberal, and to go with that kind of conservative mindset and do your spiel, I mean, come on, man. I mean, you could have at least like. I mean, you got to know your audience, and you got to like. I think he was. You know what he was? He was expecting wrestling. He's expecting, the work, the finish. You know what I mean? That's how he viewed it. I think. I don't think he was actually viewing it as, wow, this is real life, and I'm offending people who have different views than me, because you can't really do that when you're going to speak at a college. That's what you do on Twitter and on your personal blog. You're going to go there. Yeah. You're looking for trouble. And maybe he didn't know that. He wasn't really, he just decided one day he'd be a motivational speaker, which I think if you've got the Ultimate Warrior coming to your school, I would have been excited. I'd have been like, fucking hey.
But yeah, then he starts coming out with, being the gay and doing the gay. And it's like, whoa, what you expect him to talk about the thunder and the clouds and the gods and,
yeah,
and all that stuff.
I want him to reach down and harness the power and all this stuff. Like, I don't want to hear like him putting people's, people's life crazy. Down. That's not good, man. That's not good at all, Warrior. I'm sorry, but that's not good.
It was still sad though. It was still sad the part, they said he got to go to WrestleMania. He gave that speech about dying and fucking drops dead the next day, which is absolutely horrible. His wife told that story again. That was really horrible.
Yeah, that was rough. And then his kids.
Well, when she said I denied the kids the last chance to see their father, I got all teary eyed a little bit. I was like, shit.
Yeah, but, so did Vince. I mean, Jesus, everybody was getting like weepy. Even Jake. Jake was like, ah, fuck. Like when he was.
Well, like you said, the day before you're trying to kill somebody, and the next day the guy drops dead.
Put the boss's thing. That's what he said.
David's a really good crowd with the Warriors. Said, queering don't make the world work.
Queering don't make the world work.
Like it's a thing. Like it's a thing.
Like it's I'm going to go queering tonight and see if I catch the gay. It's like, come on, man. That's
it's like,
what kind of idiot are you? You know what I mean?
And again, I don't get offended easily. I don't think about it. I don't care what people. But that was like, whoa! What'd you just say, dude?
Well, what kind of fucking jackass just says that to addresses a college? You know
What are you
I mean?
doing tonight? I'm gonna go out queering. What are you doing? Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. I've never been queering before. I'll go with you. You know.
I'm gonna stay home.
What do I wear?
I'm gonna stay home and straight. You can go out and queer. We'll see you later. All right, cool.
I'm gonna stay home and straight. I'll queer tomorrow. Oh my god,
absolutely insane.
That's so fucked up. And that just shows you the
crazy.
mindset of the warrior. No, that just shows you where his mind was. Like dude, I've seen these guys, these conservative guys that get too wrapped up in their own ideals, you know, and even, well, it could go, even, I don't want to just pound on conservatives. Liberals get that way too. Any extreme way, if you go extreme on any mindset, whether it's peanut butter, coffee tables, anything, you're going to get fucked up. And he got fucked up. And, you know, I think he realizes he got fucked up, but too fucking late.
Yeah. All right. Let's
yeah, where are we at now?
We got to do your guy, so I say we talk about my guy now.
I do. Yeah, I'm into it.
A&E biography.
I have some gripes about that too. So
yeah. So let's talk about Macho Man's A&E biography, which I thought nothing really genuinely new. I learned nothing really that exciting until the Gorgeous George stuff came out and the WCW stuff started coming out. Look, we all know the dude was a lunatic. We all know the dude is very protective of Elizabeth. We all know all those stories. But and here comes Lanny Poffo again. You know, he never locked her in a room. He never did this. He never did that. But then you got 30 wrestlers who said he did. I'm sorry, Lanny. You know I love the Macho Man. That's my dude. That's my dude for life. But I'm pretty sure he locked her in the room. When 30 wrestlers are saying yes, he did, and you're just no, my brother never did lock. Shut up, dude. Just stop trying to be an asshole.
Yeah, no, Lanny needs to stay down in Ecuador or wherever he is, like as far a fucking way as possible. Because, like, look, man, I like Savage, okay, and I think Savage was a great dude, and he was intense, okay, and he was intense about everything. Like, he was intense about getting a cup of coffee. He was intense about paying his light bill. He was intense about going grocery shopping. I mean, he was all in or nothing. That's like, I'm going and we're going now. We're going to go grocery shopping. You know, it's like he was into it. It's it.
Well, what was again, I saw it my favorite part of the whole episode, and I laughed repeatedly. I watched it again. I laughed repeatedly. Steamboat was talking about him and Savage going over the match, and they literally wrote down move for move for move. There was like 267 moves or something. Like 1, we lock up and break up. That's 1. 2, we lock up again, we break up. It's like, holy shit, they had that mapped out. And he would call Steamboat and test him. What's move 58 and 59? And Steamboat would be like this, and this. All right, you got it, you know? So anyway, that's how extreme he was with this, with working. Great. Yeah. I love that part. But my favorite part and my favorite quote was Hogan. Again, stop talking, Terry. Yeah. Stop talking. He goes, oh, Steamboat and Savage weren't trying to outdo us. They weren't trying to be better than me and Andre. They weren't just, and they cut immediately to Steamboat. Steamboat goes, yeah, we were. Of course we were. We knew we were gonna steal that show and have a better match than those two guys. I laughed so hard at that. It's like, Terry, just stop, Terry.
Best part of the whole thing. And whoever edited that and put it together, whoever edited that episode, they deserve an Emmy for that. Because like, as soon as you go from Hogan going, there's no way, brother, we're going to do it. Steamboat's like, well, yeah, we were trying to outdo him, and that's the whole idea. We were trying
it was the confidence. He's like, no, they weren't trying to outdo us. Yeah, we were.
Yeah, we were. Yes, we were.
And we not only we were, we did.
We did. Yeah. And I have to agree. I have to agree. That was the best match on the card.
Absolutely.
I know everybody was hyped to see Hogan and Andre. They probably got the most, the graph went up higher when they were on, probably. But there's no way you're going to tell me that Andre and Hogan was a better match than Steamboat and Savage. It was not. It was not at all. Because
especially when you hear that he did, they wrote down on yellow pads,
yellow legal pads,
even just a simple lockup, like lock up number 1, break.
Walk around the ring. Yeah,
walk around. You throw me out, I throw you out. It's like, dude, really?
Every arm drag, bump, arm drag, bump, arm drag, arm bar. It's like, fuck.
And then remember, Hogan said the same thing. Savage would call him at 2 a.m. Hey, got an idea for this match tomorrow, brother. He's like, dude, it's 2 a.m. He's like, I don't care. You got to care like I care. And he's like, yes, I care. Hogan's like kind of saying, proving what the kind of dude he was. Because Savage is calling him at 3 a.m. to work out this match to make it the best it could be. And Hogan's like, all right, I get it. It's like, dude, that's intensity, intestinal fortitude.
Yes.
And I love it. I love it.
Listen to me. If Randy Savage calls you at 3 a.m, you not only answer, you talk to him.
Exactly.
That's it. There's nothing else to say. There is nothing else to say.
If you wanted to talk about fucking Bob Ross painting a picture, I would fucking sit there and listen to him. Talk to me, Randy.
Yeah.
Got happy little trees over here, brother. I was like, yes, of course there's happy little trees over there. I love it.
If he was talking about a bake sale, I think I'm going to make some brownies. Yeah,
that's it.
Maybe chocolate chip cookies. I'm going to
$3
sell
for
them
$1. $3 for $1, brother. $3 for $1.
You don't buy 3, you don't get the deal. Come on. That's it. That's all. Yeah.
Randy, you're 100% right. All right, brother. I got that. That's it. You got to do it. That's how great he was. So, but then, like you said, you can have the problem as I did. Again, I believe the stuff with him and Elizabeth. I believe it. It's been talked about plenty of times. But once again, what was avoided on this show? Again, did he give Hogan the black eye he had at WrestleMania? They will not admit to this. Maybe only one other person said that when he tells the story when Savage showed up to his house looking for Elizabeth. That's when Elizabeth left him without telling him.
Yes.
Just walked out on him. Savage accused Hogan of hiding her and this and that, and supposedly punched him in the eye.
Yeah.
But how come no one will ever admit this? How come no one will ever talk about this? Maybe it's not true, but I kind of think it's true.
I think he fucked him up. I really do.
Yeah.
I think he punched him in the eye.
Because where else did he get that eye from?
Yeah. He didn't put in a black a bloody fucking eye contact. You know what I mean? He's not doing shit like that. Come on, man.
I just want to finally admit, why is he so upset about it now? The guy's dead. He's been dead for 2011. He's been dead 10 years.
10 years.
Just admit he punched you in the eye. Just admit it.
Yeah. Hogan, Hogan's the most popular wrestler there ever has been and ever probably will be. Like
and that's going down slowly.
And it's going down slowly. So Hogan, just admit. What's the harm in admitting it? If fucking Randy Savage punched me in the face, I would tell every single person. I'd put it on Facebook. I'd put it on a T-shirt. I'd make it my. It'd be my life mantra. Randy Savage punched me in the eye.
I agree. I seen that one guy who got to meet Shawn Michaels and Shawn Michaels super kicked him. And it's that's the greatest thing ever.
That's the greatest thing ever.
I don't think he would do it all the time, but he actually got to super kick one of his fans, and the fan took it, and and it was like, it's the greatest thing that never happened to me in my life. So I got super kicked by Shawn Michaels, so that's great.
I can't think of much better than getting like tombstoned.
Dude, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That'd be great.
Well, tell me now. I said that the worst part of the Macho Man one was the WCW stuff once he started with Gorgeous George.
Yeah.
Then the steroids, which look, I'm not going to deny the dude used steroids. The dude in Spider-Man, he looked ridiculous. He didn't look real.
No.
In Spider-Man.
He looked like he was wearing one of those suits.
Yeah, he didn't look like a human being in that movie. No. I can't. I'm not going to sit here and say no. It's because he's the Macho Man. He didn't take steroids. No, he did. He took him to get jacked for that movie. They said it was for the movie too, and they just kept using him once he got back in WCW. But how much of Gorgeous George's shit do you believe, as far as bugging her house with cameras, the ecstasy, the coke, the this, the that, how much of that stuff do you believe?
None.
None?
Nope. I think that she is embellishing probably an instance that happened once. Like Savage probably threatened once to say like, "Don't you go anywhere, I'll get camera." You know what I mean? Like probably saying it half joking, half whatever, or probably one night they were out partying and who knows, maybe she had the ecstasy and he took it or whatever, or maybe he had the coke and he did a couple, I don't know. But it's like, you take one instance, it's like you're going to crucify somebody once and blow up this big story just because, you're married to fucking Doyle from the Misfits and you're not what you were when you were wrestling. So you're riding your husband's coattails now, because I think that's who she's married to is Doyle from the Misfits. He's a big guy, but he's not a wrestler. He could get his ass kicked. So, yeah. What is she? She's asked to be on a program. Of course she's gonna bullshit. Oh, I got stories about Macho Man Savage. Fuck you. You know what I mean? No.
Well, one of the key things that I thought was very I don't know. Nothing would surprise me about Randy Savage. Honestly, nothing would surprise me.
Wouldn't surprise me, but I just thought she was fucking full of shit.
But the one thing that her son kind of blew up her spot a little bit, because what did he say? He said she was Gorgeous George when she was with Randy Savage. When he dumped her, she became Stephanie again. That's it. Like, he completely got rid of her, disavowed her, whatever you want to call it. Just got rid of her. That was very telling. That sounds like an angry woman, angry kid, angry whatever.
Yeah, that's scorned family. Yeah, that is. So,
but I mean, I have no problem with the episode as far as I don't think it was that bad. Some people really thought he got hammered in that. But the guy, like you said, the guy was intense, especially with Elizabeth. We're not going to deny it. Lanny Poffo needs to stop running his mouth because he's just a moron. He needs to stop. I understand you want to defend your brother, especially because he's gone. Look, the dude, I mean, if 30 guys said he locked Elizabeth in the goddamn locker room so no one could talk to her, I'm going to believe it. I'm going to believe it over one guy who's his brother who's trying to fucking defend him.
Who wasn't probably there for half of it, Maybe he was. I don't know. But, like, no. They're not all going to get together like they're 30. How are all 30 of them going to get together today and say, hey, okay, so if and when they make a biography for Randy Savage, or if and when we do a shoot interview and we all talk about Randy Savage. No, come on. Fucking, this isn't hard copy. Give me a break. He probably did because he was fucked up. Because, I mean, okay, you loved his wife and he didn't want, because, dude, wrestlers are dicks. Wrestlers suck. I mean, back then they were just fucking animals, okay? Yeah. And that's just what they were. That was the business that you were in, okay? So, yeah, I'm going to fucking do everything I can to keep my wife or my girlfriend away from these fucking assholes. Because it's like, oh, one of them like Jake the Snake walks by. Oh, hey, you want a pill? Sure. Oh, you want two? Sure. Oh, where you going? I don't know. Well, come with me. It's like, fuck, that's all it takes. You know what I mean? It's like, fucking, come on. Savage didn't want his wife around that shit. I'm not saying Elizabeth couldn't fucking handle herself and be like, no, I'm not into it. Well, obviously she couldn't have because she fucking started doing every drug under the sun with Luger. But, like, maybe Savage got it. He's like, nah, man, really, I just don't want you into that. And I'm going to lock you in the fucking closet. That's fucked up. Oh, my God.
I'm not defending the dude that way. I'm not going to defend him.
I'm not defending him either. I'm not going to, boys and girls, don't lock your girlfriend or wife in the closet when you go out to do a match, or if you're going out to the store to get something, don't lock your girlfriend or wife in a closet, please.
And can you believe that he asked Lanny Poffo to write a rap song for the album?
No.
I was shocked as shit. I didn't know Lanny Poffo was trying to write a rap song.
Maybe, because he was good at writing those stupid poems on the Frisbees. So maybe he's like, remember, the British Bulldogs are,
Well, you know what? Let's switch gears real quick. You mentioned Jake. And we're going to switch to Dark Side of the Ring real quick. And probably one of the most fucked up episodes that you could ever watch of Dark Side of the Ring. And that's the Grizzly Smith, the Smith family. The Jake the Snake family episode. First of all, let me tell you something. I had no idea Sam Houston and Rockin' Robin were his siblings. No clue.
Really?
I had no idea. No clue. So that was pretty. I was like, "Holy shit!" Really, I had no idea. Well, I think I knew Rockin' Robin, but I didn't know Sam Houston.
Yeah.
I never knew his real name was
Aurelian Smith Jr. Yeah.
Ooh. I mean, that's like, whoa. I understand why he changed it to Jake. But this episode it came with a warning. It should have came with a fucking bottle of whiskey because that's what you need to drink after you watching this shit.
Yeah, a bottle of whiskey and like one waiver to see a therapist. I mean, this was bad.
I mean, yeah, well, Jake basically came out right off the bat, just said it. My dad was a pedophile.
Yeah.
Straight up pedophile.
Dude.
Picking up, I mean, the worst part is he had so much pull in this, was it Texas? In the state of Texas?
I think it was Texas.
It was Texas.
Yeah.
He had so much pull in that state that these families would let their 9, 10, 11-year-old girl go on road trips with this fucking giant animal and then wave them goodbye. That was the worst part of it. Oh, yeah, they would just wave goodbye to the daughter in the driveway. And I'm like, holy shit. And he would have their way with these girls. And Jake the Snake was like, yep, my dad was a pedophile. Piece of shit pedophile. I had no idea. Now you know why Jake was so screwed up after a while.
And now we know why Sam Houston drank and fucking, Jesus Christ.
I think the worst part was he marries a woman, Rockin' Robin's actual mother, who she defends her mother. But again, we don't know. She would go in and rape the boys while this dude's raping the girls. So either he found a fellow pedophile, or he basically said, you're going to go in there and touch my son or I'm going to kill you. One or the other. So Jake got raped by the stepmother while Grizzly Smith is fucking huge monsters picking up 9-year-old girls off the street and raping them. I mean, this was just like, what the hell is going on in this family?
How in the fuck did, like, well, finally, I think Rockin' Robin was the one, like, when he came to visit her, remember? And then he brought the girl, and she's like, no, you're not going anywhere with him. Like,
yeah, you're not taking this girl anywhere.
You're not taking this girl anywhere. You're done. And she fucking put the fucking axe down to that because she fucking had it. And, you know, we don't even know. She really didn't get into what happened to her much. Like,
no, she didn't.
It makes you fucking wonder what the fuck happened to that woman. I mean, I couldn't.
Like I said, she defended her mother. She said her mother didn't do anything bad. Meanwhile, Jake said, no, I don't know if Grizzly told her to do it or she did it on her own, but she came into the room and she basically molested him.
Yeah.
And probably Sam.
Probably, because Sam didn't talk a bit about it. He didn't say a fucking word.
Well, that's another disturbing thing. Sam Houston is probably one of those dudes that sees nothing wrong with what his father did because he loved his father so much. He worshipped his father.
Yeah, and his father always got him out of trouble. How many
DUIs? A lot of DUIs.
Like 40 or something, or 50?
A bunch of them. A lot of the serious ones, he didn't do jail. I think he made 2-3 years in jail the most.
Yeah.
For all those DUIs.
That's it.
What a fucked up family. And you know they showed that picture, the family picture when they were all old?
Mm-hmm.
How do you still talk to this dude after all? Like, how do you still... Like, here's Sam Houston, loves his... I love my dad. That's a fucking pedophile. Jake, too, though. I love my father this, my father's that. But you took that family picture with him when he was old and dying and shit. I never would have spoke to him again. Him or his fucking grabby wife.
No.
It's ridiculous.
And to think about...
Okay.
No, to think about... That I kind of feel like that only scratched the surface. Like, that's probably the shit that they want to talk about that can be handled. Like, yeah. I'm very certain. I mean, all you got to say, dude, the fucking got 9-year-old girls, 12-year-old girls, like parents giving their kids to this guy. What the fuck is wrong with them?
Do you think there's another hour at least of footage from this episode?
There has got to be. There has got to be. This is ridiculous.
And we didn't even talk about the weirdest part. And this is the part that I was like, what is going on? They had a sister who gets kidnapped. Now, the sister has a baby with a dude, and the dude's ex-wife has her kidnapped. Admits it completely fully after she got caught.
Admits it.
But the body is never found. So you cannot prove murder. So she does not go to jail for murder. She goes to jail for aggravated kidnapping. This woman's out in a couple of years. So now the whole family is devastated. But then here comes the sneaky part. Here's where Jake and Robin slip in. Yeah, I think my dad had something to do with it. What? It's like, now you're telling me not only is he a pedophile, not only is he sicking his wife on the boys while he's diddling the girls, now you're saying he took another daughter, and they said they threw her in the incinerator probably because there was an incinerator that they all worked at or something, and that's why there's no body.
They probably threw her. So that means they did, and that means Grizzly told them to do it.
Wow.
Why, remember they said that she was starting to speak about the abuse that he did to her.
So there you go.
That was going to break the whole thing wide open back then. And he's like, fuck.
what if the baby wasn't the boyfriend's? What if the baby was Grizzly's baby?
Was Grizzly Smith?
Mm-hmm. See, we're fucking detectives.
I'm telling you, I thought the same thing.
We just solved that shit.
We did solve it. Wow.
But that was
fucking asshole.
That was a disturbing episode, and I really hope they don't get that dark anymore.
I hope not either.
I thought Brian Pillman was dark.
Yeah,
this blew that away.
Watching Brian Pillman, it's like watching watching Child's Play compared to like watching like the Teletubbies. Like it's like it's so contrasting. It's like Brian Pillman is like, you fucking feel better after watching that fucking thing after watching Grizzly Smith. I can't imagine that. That's so fucked up. The part that I guess one of the parts that bothers me the most is that these fucking parents just let their kids go with him. What did they think they were doing?
No, but and just because he was a wrestler, did I miss something?
Yeah,
why did he have such pull in the state of Texas? Because he was a wrestler, or did he have? Because why did he have so many connections? That's why I missed that part.
Maybe because he was a booker, and maybe because bookers had ties to politicians, and politicians, you know what I mean? Like, because back then, it was politics were kind of like territories back then too. Like, you get in good with the territory, the county, tri-county politician, like a governor or a legislator, or this guy. Grizzly probably had, and sheriffs and shit. Like, remember the sheriff talking? He's like, oh, well, I didn't know. And, oh, well, that was the evidence presented to me. Well, then, never occurred to me. Nobody. I couldn't find nobody. So,
nobody, no crime. Yeah, nobody, no crime.
No crime, so I don't know what the hell what you're saying here. It's like, fuck you and your walrus fucking mustache, you fucking asshole. That's like, you're fucking sitting there lying. Why did they even highlight that dickhead? He's like sitting there going, oh, he's like this. He's like, well, since I investigated it and, and there was nobody, so here, nobody, no crime, so I couldn't, go further here. That's like, okay, so, why don't you just go fucking find a fucking, like a derelict fucking dolphin and fucking put a microphone on it and get that fucking thing to talk, you know what I mean, while you're trying to feed it fucking jellyfish. That made more sense than watching this douchebag southern fucking redneck fucking chicken fucker lion sheriff. He was part of it too.
I really didn't like was too, I guess because they focus so much on Sam and Robin, I wanted to get more Jake. I really wanted to get more Jake.
I wanted more Jake too.
Because I wanted to hear about his spiral and his, we all know from Beyond the Mat and from him with DDP and all that shit that he was real fuck. He was doing crack. He skipped that. He skipped the little stuff and went right to the bad stuff. He like, I'm gonna do crack.
No, he went bigger, went home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so what's her name? The valet, Baby Doll.
Yeah.
Sam's wife. Mm-hmm. Like, fucking, she pretty much, said, he goes, well, he was life of the party. He just, because even Jim Cornette said he was the best worker out of all of them. He probably had the most potential and would have been the biggest star, but he never went to the gym, never trained. He just wanted to be Grizzly Smith's son who wrestled and drank. Basically, you fucked up, Sam. You could have been a great fucking worker. He could have been.
What'd she say when it was a celebration? He drank like 47 or more than that, rum and cokes or some shit.
Yeah, 47 rum and cokes or something like that.
Some shit like that.
Yeah. To ask her father.
Yeah, for the permission. Yeah,
for permission to marry her. So I'm gonna.
And he said yes.
How many bottles of? Is that like? That's got to be like a whole bottle of rum, right?
I think it was more than that too. I'm thinking it was more than that.
I don't know what's crazy, dude. I don't know how much rum's in a rum and coke, but to drink 47 rum and cokes, to fucking ask your father-in-law to marry your fuck. Sorry, Sam.
Let's move on from that depressing ass story. Yeah, that was really. Which one we got? What we got time for one more? Let's do one more. You want to do a dark side, or you want to do a biography?
Let's do.
Did you watch Brett last night?
I didn't watch Brett last night. Why don't
We'll talk about Grumpy next week.
How about? Hey, well, let's just get it out of the way here. How about the collision in Korea? How fucked up that was.
It was fucked up, but it was fun. At least it was funny.
It was funny, yeah.
Like, at least it was like a good time. It was messed up, but it was at least a funny, fun episode.
No,
they're starting to get real depressing, this show.
Oh, they were, and hopefully with this Dynamite Kid, I know the Dynamite Kid's not going to be like That's going to be super depressing too.
Pumped up for that one though.
I'm really pumped for that.
And look, let me tell you something. I know you didn't see Nick Gage, whatever the hell his name is. You don't have to watch it. Anybody watching, you don't have to watch it. It's about fucking death wrestling. What is it? Hardcore wrestling, whatever it's called. Death matches, whatever they're called. It's all bullshit. The only cool thing about the episode is they show the footage of where he gets cut, sliced open, and like basically his arm is just the blood is pouring out. And he's like, I want to go back and wrestle. I'm like, no, idiot, you're gonna die if we don't get you to a hospital. He's like, no, just throw some staples. He goes, no, idiot, you have tears in arteries and stuff. You're going to die. No, I can get back. And he was offended that they had to put him in a helicopter and take him to the hospital. That's the only cool part of the whole show. Other than that, it's like, all right, you're not wrestling, dude. You're hitting each other with light bulbs, chairs, barbed wire. You're not a wrestler. You're bullshit.
That's just brutality. Like, that's dumb. But
all right, so as far as this Korea thing go, this is one of those stories too I never even heard about before. This is the first time I heard about this.
I only heard about it like 3-4 months ago when they were talking about it, doing the episode, and I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? I never knew they went to North Korea and wrestled behind the grand leader Kim Jong
whatever the fuck his name is. Whatever that one was.
Fun.
And this was pre popular WCW. This was before Hall and Nash and that. Hogan was there. He refused to go, which is probably the smartest thing he ever did. Well, the basic story is they were trying to make deals with Japan, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and New Japan Pro Wrestling wanted to bring, what's his name, Antonio Inoki. He wanted to bring this big wrestling extravaganza to Korea of all places, North Korea, communist, crazy North Korea. Called a bunch of wrestlers to go. I can't believe Flair went. Flair was probably the biggest name that went. Who else went? Animal.
Hawk went.
Hawk. Scott Norton.
Too Cold Scorpio.
Which we'll get to him too real fast.
The Steiner brothers.
The Steiners went. I forget who else already. And the weirdest guy of all was Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali went on this trip. What the hell is that about?
Yeah. Is he like he's like the ultimate. He was like the ultimate. You know what I think it is, though, real quick? I think Muhammad Ali is like the ultimate, like, diplomatic guy. Like, he's the ultimate, like, peacekeeper dude. Like, if you want to get, like, bring it down and bring something together, I think you needed Muhammad Ali. He seemed like he was pretty good at that.
Yeah, he was like the ambassador of all ambassadors for sports, I guess. He was that good.
Yeah, he was that good.
See, I'm sure he got treated really well. Not like the wrestlers. I bet the wrestlers, we know the wrestlers got treated like shit.
Yeah.
But like I said, the stories that came out of this episode too were like, whoa. Ooh. First of all, they land, they take the passports, they take their ID, they take everything from them. Then they're forced to go to pay respects to this fucking statue of some dead dude and like put flowers, and they took video of it, and they only show their people what they have to see, and they showed them, oh, here's these Americans bowing to our leader, bowing to our God, bowing to our fallen hero, whatever. This is what all Americans should do because they're all evil, and it's like, all right, that's just how it's.
That's how they see us. That's how they see us.
So, what story did you like out of that?
Probably there's a couple of them. Probably the best one was like, well, let's get not the best one, but the one that overtakes, like, that creates the mood, like the motif of the whole thing, is like they're wrestling and the crowd is just sitting there and it's like silent. Nobody's going ooh, nobody's going ah, nobody's cheering. Like, can you imagine seeing Ric Flair come out and nobody like standing up, nobody like woo or anything? They're all just sitting there. All these Korean, were they all soldiers, or did they make citizens go too?
There were citizens there too.
Okay,
they just didn't care.
So citizens of Pyongyang, Fangdong, whatever the fuck city it is, all just sitting there like this, like with their hands in their lap, and they're just sitting there watching, fucking, just not making a noise, not making even a peep. And like they said, look on their face. Like, I don't know if it was Norton or Too Cold Scorpio said when the match was going on, it was like so weird because you could hear everything. You're kind of afraid to work because like there was no noise. There's no noise. And Tim, quick, while I'm telling this story, tell the people how many people were at this event.
A ridiculous amount of people. That stadium was massive.
Wasn't it
that's probably the whole city?
Had to be. Wasn't there like 190,000 people there or something?
And don't forget, they're all forced to go.
Forced to go.
They
said that. Didn't they say, oh, that's right. The citizens did go because they said they were going single file down the fucking. The military was taking them single file and directing them into the fucking.
And this is probably telling them this is what Americans are. This is the stupid things they do. You're gonna come watch the Americans be stupid.
Yep.
And that was that.
Yep. I agree.
The only one that got treated with any respect was Muhammad Ali. I think he was treated pretty fairly.
Yeah, because Inoki, they never talked about how he got treated, and he kind of got sour toward the end. Like he was kind of like, "Oh, it didn't work. My political ploy didn't work. My idea didn't work," and Well,
they all were. The story about them playing pool. They're playing pool, and the ball accidentally jumped off the table and hit the floor, and the soldiers went absolutely batshit crazy. Like they just shot a gun at them. Took the ball, took the cues, sent them all back to their room like kids. I was like, wow. First of all, why would you even think, I don't care how much money you're giving me. I'm not going to North Korea.
Nope.
No amount of money. But the fact that Ric Flair went, I don't know if Ric Flair thought this was going to be a vacation spot where he could drink 1,000 beers and become the legend that he is. Not in this place.
No. This was like, and they said they never got paid.
No.
So they stiffed them. They stiffed them all.
And who made the phone call? Was it Scott Norton who called his wife?
He called his wife because she had no idea where he was. He said, I'm going to be going.
I'm stuck in this shit city, in this shit country. And not even 30 seconds later, there's a knock on the door. The soldiers come in, pull him out of his room, drag him down to some basement. And a guy walks in, speaks perfect English, says, don't you ever talk about our country like that ever again. So they're listening to every phone call. They probably got cameras in the walls, microphones in the walls.
Probably in the pillows. In those little mints, they're probably fucking microphones.
Absolutely. I mean, bonk shit crazy.
That's fucked up.
But now the one I wanted to really ask you about is, do you really believe Too Cold Scorpio and the fact that he knocked out Hawk?
Nope.
Yeah, I think he was talking a lot of shit.
I think Scorpio's known to like the weed. I think he was a little too high and a little too happy. And I think he was starting to embellish a little bit. And I've read, and I think on a couple of different shoots that I'll have to research and find out specifically. But I've been told that didn't end that way. He didn't kick Hawk's ass. No, not even a little bit.
See, Hawk was a legitimate tough guy. He wasn't like he was just this big wrestler. He was a legitimate badass.
Hawk was tough.
That's why I don't believe when this dude's telling me his tiny ass is knocking Hawk out, and he told him all, people had to hold him back. People had to hold him back. Dude, Hawk would have ripped your head off. I don't even want to hear that bullshit.
No, and I'm not taking anything away from Scorpio. I'm sure he's tough. But like Scott Norton's a tough guy too. Like there's no doubt that he's a legit tough guy. And fucking he was playing in the middle a little, as you heard, but then when it came to it, he's like, nah. He goes, if Hawk really wanted to, he'd have ended that guy. He'd have killed him. There's no fucking two ways about it. Then Scorpio going on about trying to confront him and let's do it here, let's do it there. I had the fucking chopsticks sharpened. No, dude, I'm not buying that one bit. I think that's all embellishment. I think it's all bullshit.
Especially when the guy's not here to defend himself.
Not here to defend himself.
How come no one else brought that up? No one else brought that up on the show.
Nobody else brought it up. Why in North Korea? Why not in Japan or in WCW or the WWF when they were both there? Because they were both there a year later. Why didn't that ever come up then? Why didn't you run your mouth then? Why didn't anything happen? Why did it happen in a country where nobody has record of, just your guys' spoken word of it? Like there's no written down anything, blah, 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 nothing. It's highly suspect. I mean, Scorpio, you're cool, but you're fucking full of shit, dude. I won't buy it. I don't buy it.
I'm with you on that one. That one kind of threw me for a loop. I was like, dude, I don't buy you. I understand if it was like one of those fake tough guys, but Hawk was legitimate tough before he was a wrestler.
Yeah. Hawk just
I
liked to fight. I mean, you don't fucking
Yeah.
pick a fight with a 6'3", 290-pound guy that just likes to fight and who's good at fighting. You know, that's not really something you should do. You know,
But I guess Eric Bischoff, of all people, probably had the best story. How he decides to get up one morning and go for a jog in
That's
the middle
right.
of Korea, and he said that people looked at him almost like looking at like Godzilla running through Tokyo. Like they were deathly afraid of Eric Bischoff jogging through their city. I mean, they were running, they were calling the police, they were making phone calls, they were taking pictures. Like, here's this crazy ass American running through the city. And he said when he got back, their handler, the woman who was in charge of them, went fucking nuts. And the fact that she'd have to clear this up now with the government, talk how he got out of the room, how did he get out of the hotel, how was he not with somebody. I mean, that he could have ended up in prison for going for a jog.
Or sniped. I mean, you know, shot. I don't know. Like you're literally behind the lines of safety there. Like you're fucked. Like that's like being in fucking you know, like between Downsville and East Branch up in those hillbilly fucking areas.
I thought you were going to say Afghanistan, Iraq. You come out with Downsville and fucking East Branch.
Or like Afton and Harpersville, you know, like Harpersville's even worse, you know. Holy fuck, you know. But anyway, yeah, no, that's shitty, man. Like you're fucked because think about it, man. How you couldn't be able to, what are you going to do? Mount a whole scale war because a wrestler got killed? No. That's just something you gotta. You're done. Like you're killed. The State Department's going to be like, well, we did what we could. We sent, you know, little Richard over there to negotiate, and it didn't work. And now we're, you know, that's it. Sorry.
Well, I think I said it before, but the one thing I've learned from watching the biographies and the Dark Side of the Rings, there's 3 people who become wrestlers. 3. 1, like you, Eric, fans. Fans are number 1. 2, fucking screwed up children.
Yep.
And 3, family, if it's in your family.
If it's in your family.
Those are the only 3 people who become wrestlers. Other than that, it's like, stay away from the business.
Well,
because it's really screwed up.
Let's look at it. Warrior, screwed up childhood. Savage, family business. Mm-hmm. Austin, fan. There you go.
That's it. That's what I was looking at. Bret Hart, family. Booker T, screwed up childhood. Shawn Michaels, fan. So it's all the same thing over and over. You keep, you know, Jake the Snake, family. It's like it's all the same shit, man.
All those 3. There's only 3. That's it.
But no, man. Well, we know what we did an hour, dude. I think we saved some time. Well, what we got left now? We got biographies. We still got Shawn Michaels, Booker T, Bret Hart. Who else we missed? I don't know who we missed.
Piper.
I don't know. We'll figure that out. We didn't talk. You didn't. I thought you talked Piper with the other guys when I wasn't on.
We did a little bit, but we wanted to save a little for you too. So we kind of did.
I didn't know that.
We kind of did a little bit. Maybe we did. I think actually, we did. I think we did.
Yeah, because I think I called in for that. I made a few.
You did call in for that.
Yeah, I made a few comments here and there. Yeah,
you did,
which I really enjoyed. But again, that was another sad one. Another sad one to where he basically called his own death. Like it's like, dude, what's with these guys calling their own deaths?
Man, that's so weird.
It is weird. It
kind of freaks me out. Yeah,
it does. But so the Dark Side we're gonna have this week is Dynamite Kid, right? Which I'm so looking forward to.
I'm pumped for this one, man. I almost want to go to somebody's house that has cable so I can watch it then, you know?
Because last night, too, as a matter of fact, I watched Brett's biography, which wasn't too bad. It wasn't too douchey, Brett. It was pretty decent. It was decent. Okay. It was very good. But like I said, the one thing they said when Stu sold Stampede to Vince, he said, you got to take 4 guys. And those 4 guys are Brett, the Anvil, Davey Boy, and Dynamite. I'm like, what a fucking bargain Vince got. Just the fact that, you have to take these 4. Fucking 4 of the best. And you're like, holy shit, that was the stipulation? Dude, you got fucking away with murder, Vince. Like, Vince, you got away with murder by buying that company. And
he made
4 guys.
He made his money back within 6 months of buying that fucking thing. You kidding me?
That's a hell of a 4 guys you got to take, which is fantastic.
And all of them turn out to be superstars. So
exactly, which was great. Which is so great. I was like, wow, that's so good. Only thing in Dynamite was just a what did I say? Dynamite was from. How did he know Dynamite? He knew him from somewhere because obviously Brett's his kid, Anvil's his son-in-law, Davey Boy's his son-in-law.
Well, wait a minute, no. Dynamite and Davey Boy are cousins. Their mothers.
Is that what it is?
Are sisters, yeah.
No, but they explained it a different way, like why he had to take Dynamite. They had to take Dynamite because I don't know. He knew him from somewhere, or did something, and he said, "Those are the 4 guys you got to take." And Vince was like, "Well, I guess I'll take them," but he didn't really see much in Brett right away, and he didn't see much in this right away. And it wasn't until they formed the tag teams that actually they became something. So
that's right.
That was a good story
because Davey Boy and Dynamite knew they were cousins, but they weren't working together. They were singles guys. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So was Brett. So was Brett and Anvil.
Brett and Anvil, yeah.
And Brett was the one who said, "Listen," because he was floundering in WWE, WWF at the time. And so, well, what if you put us together? You know, Neidhart, Hart, Jimmy Hart, Hart Foundation, and it fucking worked.
Oh, so they were one of the best tag teams ever.
You know what he admitted, by the way? He hated the pink.
He didn't like the pink?
Anvil's the one, because he said they called up somebody to get matching costumes. And the woman said, "All I have is pink." And Anvil said, "Do it, baby." And he's like, "I don't want pink. I don't want to do pink." And he fucking did. At first, he hated the pink. I was like, "Whoa, that's a huge revelation right there. The pink is you, dude."
Yeah, he's pink and black, man. That's him.
I know. So it's crazy. So you know what? We'll save Brett for next week. We'll save more biographies for next week, and we'll also start, which I'm very looking forward to because we're going to have a lot of fun with this. WWE put out a list, their new special on the Peacock Network now. The 50 greatest tag teams of all time. Number 50 through 36 was released. I'm just going to tell you right now that the Bushwhackers are number 50. And if they were any higher, I probably wouldn't watch the rest of the show. So they're right where they belong, at number 50. If you're going to put them somewhere, dead last is where they belong. So,
but they were Bushwhackers. Bushwhackers were fun.
They were fine. They were never going to be champion, but yeah, they were fine. They were fine for what they did, what they were there for.
They served their purpose, you know.
Yeah, I guess.
Beverly
All right,
Brothers.
dude. Oh, here we go. We'll see what number they are. We'll get to that next week then.
We'll get to that. Okay.
Cool. All right, man. Good show. Good being back. Good
being back.
Going.
Glad to have the band back together.
I think we need to pop up one of our famous lists coming up soon. I think we haven't done one of those in a long time.
We haven't. We should. We should get one together. We should figure out what we're going to do and get some people interacting again. You know, let's get everybody back on track, back in the fold.
Definitely, because we're missing. Where's Raul, man? Where's Raul?
Where's Raul? Bambi?
I want the gang back together.
Where's we're missing Chris, Summers. He comes on a lot. Sam, where's Sam?
Yeah, exactly. We gotta get them all back. Tell them that the show's back in full swing. We're ready to go. We're ready to be back. So come back. Come back
to us. Come back, our legion of fans.
Exactly. We need you back now. All right, guys. Thank you for joining in. Whoever did join in, thank you for watching, wherever you're watching from. PopCulturePros.com. We've got something for everybody. This guy right here just did another great show. Special guest, Jader. He did the A to Z program Sunday. You're moving to Sundays permanently now, aren't you, Eric, for the summer?
For the summer, we're moving to Sundays because, we know people like to go out and do stuff during the week, and people are going out picking berries and going out for ice cream and doing all that stuff. So Sunday night's usually the night everybody kind of hangs out. So I'm giving everybody the opportunity to just hang out, watch your favorite talk show, and just enjoy Sunday nights, and we'll see where it takes from there. And by the way, next week is Jader episode number 2, and Dave will be back for that on Sunday night. Dave will be there Sunday. David Waukee, the producer, will be there. Dave? I'm not talking to you, Dave.
Dave's gone.
Dave's gone.
I think we lost Dave.
I think we did.
He's not even on the chat anymore. He's just gone. I think COVID just sucked his brain out.
Oh my God! COVID. They say it has side effects. The side effect was he can't use the Just Too Sweet the group chat anymore.
So yeah, that's Sunday nights. Tuesday nights are usually us. Hopefully, we will continue now. We'll be back every Tuesday. Jader and Kyle go whenever they feel like, but keep an eye out for them. It's another great show.
That's
Kyle,
right.
Big announcement was he's moving to New York City.
Yeah, Kyle's moving to New York.
I'm gonna have to hang out with Kyle now.
I will too when I come down.
I told him I'll take him around and show him the seedy parts of New York City.
Oh, you have to.
Which will be fun.
You have to.
Seedy just means the best pizza places and stuff, people.
Fucking A, man.
That's all it is.
A.
Best donuts. You know where that is. That's the kind of things I'm going to show Kyle.
Hell yeah.
Then we got Put It in the Books, usually every Wednesday or Thursday. Empire 161. We're going to do. I'm actually back on that show Friday.
Are you back?
Me and Ed will be doing that show Friday afternoon. We'll be talking about the Yankees and how bad they suck lately. Because
it's awful.
Fucking suck lately. They can't hit the side of the barn. That's how bad they are.
I can't even joke about it now. They really do suck.
No, they're running in scoring position. I know what, I'm not even going to get into that right now. So Put in the Books for the Mets, Empire for the Yankees. Jada and Kyle go whenever they feel like. Eric's on Sunday. We're on Tuesday. Who am I missing? I'm missing Dave.
Dave.
Does Dave do a show anymore? Does he do any shows anymore?
I don't know.
Do 4 quarters?
Last I knew, Lion went to Egypt to do a photo shoot for a fitness Egyptian fitness magazine. It hasn't been seen since. And Dave, I'm making all this up. I'm making all this up.
So you can't leap past that, and I can make more explanation.
I'm making all this up. I'm just trying to bullshit people of why they're not here. And like I said, Dave, apparently a side effect of COVID-19 is he can't get into any group chats that he's been in before because every time he does, he gets a headache or I don't know. His fingers get cramped. His fingers lock up. Yeah, you can't do this. You can't do this. So
that COVID, man.
That COVID can fuck you up. So anyway,
get vaccinated, baby.
Get vaccinated. Stay safe.
And Granny's Peach Tea.
Granny's Peach Tea
on Wednesday. They're doing old horrible Marvel movies. I've been enjoying doing that with them. I've actually been on twice.
Roger Corman, Fantastic Four.
We did that like 2 weeks ago. I was on with them. They did that.
Nice.
They did Dolph Lundgren's Punisher.
Which is a good movie.
It's not bad. This week I think they're doing Howard the Duck, which I'm gonna have to jump in for because
I like Howard the Duck.
I like Howard the Duck.
I like Howard the Duck too.
Maybe it's because of the George Lucas thing. I don't know. I mean, the only bad part was the fact that he had sex with Leah Thompson. Other than that, I thought it was a funny ass movie. I'll deal with it. Good. So yeah, watch Grannies for that. Any show we missed? We didn't miss any shows.
Well, the Stream Wars Pro Stream Wars. I don't know what's going on with that. That's again with Dave. No,
it's not with Dave. It's with Gia and it's with Nardo and
Nardo. Okay, so they're trying to get that back together. That will be back soon. 4 quarters will be back soon, maybe. Granny's Peach Tea, Empire 161, Just Too Sweet. Put it in the books, and coming at the end of summer, you're going to have We Stomped You Out again with the Giants show, right?
Yep. Coming. Hopefully August.
And then, of course, Sunday nights, join me with all my special guests and all my bullshit and my top 10s. And from Sunday to Saturday, we keep you entertained.
All right, people. We will see you next week. Come back in. Give us your opinion. Give us ideas for the show. We want to know what you want to hear. Peace out, everybody.
Peace out.
Have a good one. Oh, whoa. What happened?
Grogan.
So you just signed in now? Come on, Grogan.
Too fucking late, dude.
You sign on when I'm about to sign off, and now you're going to bash Howard the Duck.
Oh, fuck. I don't even want to do it.
Grogan, go to YouTube right now and just look up the last song. It's a phenomenal song.
Yes.
Phenomenal song where Howard Duck plays the guitar.
It is.
You're going to like it.
And knit me a pair of socks.
Exactly. Grogan, tune in next week. We'll be back next week. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Peace out.
Later.